Happy Tuesday. Big boy Andy here. Today was a great day. Getting some water. A bit dehydrated today. Busy on the tools. I made a bench just over here for my... it's like a bench along the windowsill so we can sit there and eat breakfast, have dinner, sit on laptops, whatever people want to do. It is quite the workstation. Pretty impressed with it. Sometimes I impress myself, to be honest. Knocked that up in half a day, which is pretty good. Pretty impressed with that. I think just it's the power of belief and just believing in yourself and just doing stuff, you know. I've thought about building that for like 2 years and like overcomplicated it and thought about it and blah, blah, blah. And like in half a day, previous a day by the time I like made a bit of a design and built it and just made it happen. A couple little hurdles, but just your attitude, and it's like, yeah, I'll get this done today, no matter what. I think that's what gets you through, just the belief. And when I start a job, I like to complete it, so it feels good just to knuckle in and get it done. Feeling really good today, to be honest. Just the noise, I think, within my head is just like been dialed right down, just like feeling this energetic shift, getting some good sleep. This morning I woke up and like, normally I'm like a lot of tension build in my body, whereas today I was just like, felt quite nimble still. Slept really well, like I think I got like 8.5 hours sleep, which is really good for me. So it's like, it's no coincidence that happens. There's a few factors, but the healing that I did on Monday, like, you can't deny that was a contributing factor. And I think something that I just really I spoke to it yesterday with Amanda, and I really just admire in myself is my just acceptance for everyone and my ability to just be so open-minded and curious to things. I will continually just, like the lady Annie I saw yesterday, like I've never seen her before. I just felt called to go and see her. There was stuff outside of myself that I just couldn't work through, and she was the person that came to mind. Like the people in my immediate community, I was like, I didn't feel called to see any of those, and got some amazing like healers and people that are really great for what they do. But I was like, I feel the mind and body have been through a lot of letting go, healing and stuff like that, but it was the actual, my soul and my spiritual being just needed some healing. And I think it's something that we often neglect, is the like spiritual component of the human experience, really, and just connecting with myself a lot better. I spoke to it yesterday. It was just the losing my intuition and connection with self and the pain and being able to let go of that. And there's just I feel a lot more clarity today. Like I really feel things that would occupy a lot of space in my mind trying to intellectualize it and find an answer for it. All of a sudden it's just like all this capacity has been opened up and I don't have that. It's just like, here's this thing, yep, no, not doing it, move forward, this, that, is this, no, it's like instead of just being stuck in the thought patterns of like back and forth, just have a lot more clarity, and yeah, it feels nice. I feel like I'm in my power a lot more, and even Amanda commented today, like, I feel like there's a shift within myself, and it's them like making her laugh, making myself laugh more, making other people laugh, you know, just bringing joy to myself and the people that come into my into my world. And I think at the end of the day, it's like, if I can be that, if I can just continue to be my true authentic self, be joyful, be curious, be open-minded, it's like it's all I need to do. And if I can live my life from a place of that, like, the rest doesn't matter. If I can just be my true authentic self, be curious, be open-minded, be generous, be empathetic, be loving, and just love my true authentic me, that's all that really matters in the long run. Like, as long as I'm my biggest fan and keep giving myself the love that I deserve, like, that's all that truly matters. And I don't have to do or be or say anything. Like, that is enough in itself. And I know a strong component of my decision-making processes and my direction has been unconsciously related to money and the emotional guilt with that. And I feel a lot more trust within self if I just keep leaning into the things that I enjoy most, and having that trust within myself, the universe, that me being the best version of me, and continuing to show up for myself and the world, that the universe will reward me as I am worthy, I guess is the word. And yeah, I think it's nice to acknowledge that it feels like there's been a shift within my energy level. I feel like I'm operating from a higher state. Yeah, and it's the stability too. I felt that yesterday and today. Like, yesterday was quite a neutral place that I was operating from, but today feels like I'm in this higher state, and I'm interested to see how the week plays out, how the stability of that energetic level. And I know it's a place that I can live from. It doesn't have to be temporary. It's just being grateful and appreciative of what you have, being humble, being present. Presence is something that I feel more and more in this moment too, like more connected with myself. And the meditation this morning, I felt really connected with my senses, the sounds, the smells, the taste. And it's like every time I undertake like some sort of healing and I have these breakthroughs, it feels like I have added years to my life, and I feel like I'm getting younger each time I do. do this work on myself, and it's nice to feel the reward too, because I know I'm so worthy of it. It's challenging, it's fucking hard, like, to go inwards and look at yourself, and to continually do that is challenging, and it knocks you down. And I've definitely burnt myself to the ground and risen from the ashes on multiple occasions. And yes, life is challenging, but it doesn't have to be as challenging as most of us, including myself, make it out to be. It's your interpretation of the world, and how you, it's what we see the world through as well. We all have our own lens that we see it through, and yeah, I think I'm proud of and just admire the quality within myself of like being able to go to somewhere like Burning Man and be so open-minded to the world and the people around me, and it gives me a different perspective on life doing things like that. And I think what makes me quite unique in this world is my ability to expose myself to different healing, different growth, different people, different media, different groups, different communities, and still learn and be so open and curious and take away these different bits and pieces. And that's what makes my experience so unique and different. And I guess it comes back to gratitude and how grateful I am to be able to have these experiences and to be able to live the life I have, and to be able to have the time and energy, and just to be able to see the best in people, see the best in the world, come from a place of empathy, humility, and I think it comes back to the self and being able to look at yourself with the same lens that you look at others, and to keep coming back to my authentic self and loving that version of me unconditionally, continuing to give love to that person, being me. I think I reflect on myself. Today it was like I'm going back into parts of my life and welcoming all these beautiful people in my world, and it's not directly them, but with that comes its challenges, but they are all good challenges, but stuff that stirs up inside of me. And I think even just reflecting today, me, like, say 5 years ago, would have got so upset with things that happen in my world, but I can now look at them through a different perspective and challenge my thoughts and beliefs, and not waste energy. Acknowledge the fact that sometimes you do need to action some of them and speak up, but at other times it's like it doesn't serve me thinking this way or acting a certain way, and just have that level of consciousness of self and knowing how much that I have actually grown from, myself 5 years ago, and loving that person, that guy in that time, and still, it's nice to reflect and acknowledge how far that I have actually come. And it's funny a lot of the people in my world at the moment have never seen that version of me. So yeah, I'm glad that they get to experience the greatest version of me in this moment, and I am continuing to become a greater version of me every day. Yeah.